I bought this 2024 Tesla Model Y just over a year ago in May 2024. Since then, I put 4,000 miles on the car. In this video, we're going to go over what I wish I knew before I bought it and what I learned while having it. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So I first wanted a Tesla in 2013 when I was in high school. When I first sat in that Model S for the first time, I'm like, wow, this is luxury. And I wanted it ever since. I didn't even know what a Tesla was at that point. I didn't even know Tesla was an EV. I didn't know why I was sitting in with an EV. It's mind-boggling to me. And this is like, this is my dream car. I want this when I grow up, and now I have it. Coming from a 2003 Toyota Corolla to a 2024 Model Y is just night and day difference. I went for the long range all-wheel drive. I was gonna go for the rear-wheel drive, but with all the snow in Ohio here, kind of wanted to go with all-wheel drive just so I was safer. And 310 miles of range. I was gonna go for the performance, but I wanted more range. This is my first EV, and I wanted to see how the range would be, and I didn't want to have all that anxiety. Luckily with Teslas, there's not really anxiety. You have superchargers everywhere. You can charge at any public chargers, and I charge at home all the time now. But before, when I first bought the car, I didn't have any home charging. I charged all at a public charger, but more on that later. Driving this car is like a dream. Going from chill to standard acceleration modes is amazing. Having the range, performance, and cargo space, like look how much cargo space is in here. It is amazing. I think this is the best all-around bang for your buck EV that's out there. You can get bigger performance with the Model 3 Performance, or you can with the Model S, or you can get more range with the Model 3 rear-wheel drive. But having this be 310 miles of range at 4.8 0 to 60, with all this cargo space, just cargo space. This is so great, so great. I think this is the perfect EV for all that, for the driving experience and the cargo space. And having all the safety features that it has with the obstacle acceleration and how it brakes on its own sometimes when things are getting in front of it. The display showing all the cars around you, the lane lines and everything, so you know you're centered. And with Autopilot, and if you pay for the full self-driving, it is just, it's night and day. How much technology is in this car is downright amazing. So with the handling, we got the battery all around the bottom of the car, so it's very bottom heavy, so it doesn't tip over that easily like how other cars can. So when you're in a wreck, it's really not that easy to flip over a Model Y or any Tesla EV at that. But again, with the handling, it's very easily, you can control it very easily. You can even change how much weight is put on the steering wheel when you're turning. Very cool. And yeah, I wouldn't trust any other EV for any road trips or any day-to-day operations. So did I have any build quality issues? No. The only thing I had that was a concern was a very small amount of like extra paint on the side of the car, and that was pretty much it. Everything else was pretty much smooth sailing. I took a delivery, accepted delivery of it right away. But yeah, I'm super excited to see the car and get in and drive away. So how is the interior of the Tesla? So it's very minimalist. People have said it's like the iPhones of EVs, which I'm not going to say they're wrong. Pretty much everything is controlled on the touchscreen here in the middle. You still have some buttons for like unlocking the door and open the door and the windows and stuff like that. But pretty much everything else, like the controls of the car and the climate controls and stuff like that, are going to be controlled on the touchscreen. So if you don't like the minimalist design of this car is not going to be for you. But the seats are very, very, very comfortable. I have sat in the sport bucket seats of the Model 3 Performance, and they are top-notch excellent. The heated seats work very well. The heated steering wheel works very well. The cooled seats on the new Model 3, oh, I wish I had it. But then you got 2 wireless charging pads in the middle. You have a lot of space in this EV, especially for the Model Y. I mean, this is an electric vehicle, so there's nothing going in between the car. So you have a lot of space in the back for that middle passenger. You got a whole bunch of space in here and here. And then especially in the trunk, because there's no fuel tanks, and then you have a frunk because there's no engine. So there's just a lot of space in this car for road trips and stuff like that, or if you want to store a lot of things in this car. It's a nice storage and comfort vehicle. And then also with the interior, with the specific EV tires, you pretty much almost hear no outside sound. With the double pane glass and the EV tires, you can talk in the car without having to scream. You can have music playing in the car without having it like at full volume just to hear it. Especially at 60 miles per hour, 75 miles per hour, it's very quiet, very nice. It's pretty much said for all EVs, but for Teslas, it's very, very premium. So the cost of ownership of this Tesla is a little more expensive. I got the $7,500 tax credit at the point of sale, and insurance goes up a lot. It just depends on your deductible and what your insurance plan is, but it went up a dramatic amount. And then the registration is the hugest thing. I mean, I was paying very little for the registration for my Corolla, and now I'm paying triple the amount that I did for my Corolla. And you know, hybrids are doing the same thing, but it's a little cheaper for a hybrid than an EV is. But with an EV, you're not paying for gas tax, so you're not paying for the roads, and that's what that registration goes up for. But it is a little more expensive. But on the plus side, maintenance on this thing, I have not done a single maintenance thing. I still haven't changed the windshield fluid over the year. There is no maintenance pretty much whatsoever. And if something is wrong with the car will tell me. The car will tell me way before something happens to it. And if something just dramatically just changes all of a sudden, the car will tell me, pull over, this is exactly what's happening. Get in touch with the Tesla service. It's very intuitive, very nice, and that's pretty much why people say it's the iPhone of EVs. And then with maintenance too, there is a schedule for maintenance with windshield wiper fluid, windshield wipers, the air filters and everything. It'll tell you when to do it, tire rotation, change tires and stuff like that. I still haven't needed to change tires, but I know they are expensive. It could get over $1,000 for a 4 set. So they are very expensive. You don't have to have EV tires. You could just have regular tires on this car, and it's fine. You just won't get that luxury with there'll be a lot more sound coming in the cabin if you get regular tires instead of EV tires, but it's a lot cheaper. But I'm just, you don't have to get EV tires if you don't want to. And if you're ever in need to know what your car has been doing, there's always a service menu you can go to, and you can see all the errors that it's been showing. You can see all of the components of the car, and if it's green, if it's good, if it's bad, if something's going on with it, you can always go in there and check. And it's really nice to see everything that's going on in your vehicle. One thing I really like too is the Tesla app. The Tesla app, you can schedule maintenance through it. You can schedule a road trip through it and get all the information through that. Location of the vehicle, you can control the climate in the app. You can control pretty much all of the controls, like the doors, locks, trunk, front, through the Tesla app. You can schedule charging through the Tesla app. You can even unlock the car for other people to drive without a key to it through the Tesla app. So say if someone needed to, say you're on vacation and you need someone, like a neighbor or something, to move the car for you, you can just have them do it. You can start it through the app. They have 2 minutes to get in the car and drive, and then once they get to that destination, they can just park the car, and then you can get out. You can limit the speed limit of the car from the app, and say you have kids, and the kids are driving, you can see their speed, where they're at, what navigation point they're going to if they have navigation set, and everything. So it's really cool. And also, if you have Apple Maps or Google Maps and you want to go somewhere, you can look at it through your Apple Maps or Google Maps or whatever, and share it to your car. So when you get into the car, your navigation will already be set. Pretty cool. And then speaking of autopilot and full self-driving system, in my 2003 Toyota Corolla, I had cruise control, but I never had traffic-aware cruise control. I never had a system where it would auto steer for me in lanes. Very weird to get used to. Autopilot and even, like, more so full self-driving, being completely hands-off to where I only have to pay attention to the road instead of everything my feet and hands do too. It's very nerve-wracking at first, but I got used to it very quickly, to the point where I used it pretty much all the time when I have it. It makes my girlfriend really nervous when I use it, but it's fun, and I like testing technology, so it's just fun for me. I know some people don't like losing control of the driving fully, but I think it's a necessary step for safety when it comes in that regard, and when it gets more advanced in the future. So what everybody's been waiting for, range. So I'm going to go with EPA estimates here because I can't do tests, but 310 miles of range when I first picked up the car, and then a year later, 306 miles of range, which is a 4-mile decrease or a 1.29% decrease, which is fantastic. People say that it will just drop off for the first couple of years and then tamper off after that. So 1.29% decrease in the first year, pretty excellent. I rarely charge this car to over 80%. The only time I charge it over 80% is for road trips, and I've only supercharged this car once. Like, actually supercharged it, not just test it, but to actually supercharge it, I only charged it once. So battery degradation for all that has just been amazing. So did I have range anxiety when I first bought the car? Yes. I didn't know what supercharging was, and I didn't have any home charging. And if you don't have home charging and you have to supercharge constantly, like if you have a public charging like I had, all power to you, go ahead and do it. But if you can just only supercharge, I would not recommend getting an EV, because in the long run, if you just supercharging will be just as much of a cost as gas is, depending on where you live, and your battery degradation will be a lot bigger too. So your range will go down a lot faster. But I had public charging pretty much right next to where I lived, so I would just drive the car to it, walk home, and then walk back when it's done charging, grab it, and then go drive home. I charged maybe once a week, and it was cheap, 15 cents a kilowatt hour. It was about maybe $5, $6 every charging session, going from about 20 to 80 or 20 to 100. If it's 20 to 100, it's about like $7 to $8. But now I have home charging, which is just dramatically better. My apartment complex doesn't charge me for electricity used in that garage, so charging is free for me, but the garage is a little more expensive. So I just go home, back the car up, plug it in, and then leave. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice not having to go to the gas station anymore. So charging this thing for road trips, very easy. I just charge it at home, put it to 100%, and then we're off. It will automatically route superchargers to you whenever you need it. And what's really cool is if you don't need that supercharger anymore, it will automatically just take it off the trip planner. Say if you're driving better than what the car thinks you're going to do, and you don't need that supercharger anymore to get to the next stop, it will just take that supercharger off, or it will take that supercharger and push it to another supercharger that's farther away, so you don't have to stop at that one anymore, which is great. It will tell you that's going to change, and you can probably tell it to not change it, but still pretty cool. And then if you need one before you get to that actual supercharger that it was going to do it first, it'll just reroute you to that automatically. So it's very easily. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to do anything. You just put in your destination, and then it'll do all the rest for you, even while you're driving. So it's amazing. So some pros and cons to this Tesla. The pros, the charging at home for very cheap is amazing. Don't have to go to the gas station anymore, which is awesome. And then supercharging on road trips is a breeze, because the car will tell you everything you need to do. All the technology in the car is really advanced. The driver safety systems, assistance driving systems, and stuff like that is amazing. A lot of cargo space. I cannot stress that enough with very minimal moving parts in a car, a lot less maintenance. You have to do no more oil changes for me, and the performance is really nice for, especially with an SUV. 4.80 to 60 with 310 miles of range is really good. And the most important part is the safety of the car, with 5-star rating across the board for NHTSA. This is one of the safest cars you can be in. I would say another pro is the software updates. It's constant, pretty much a couple every month, and it makes me feel like I have a brand new car every time it updates, because there's so many new features, especially with the spring and winter updates. They're chef's kiss. So I think that's a pretty big pro. And then some cons. So the battery degradation for range, I haven't felt it yet, but it will be coming soon. The insurance premiums and the registration is a little more expensive than I would like it to. It's a pretty big con. If you don't like the minimalism of the interior, it's going to be a huge con for you. It's probably enough to make you not want the car. It's very minimal, literally just a touchscreen and some buttons, and very minimal buttons on the door handle and on the steering wheel. It's just not a lot. For the old school people that like having buttons, this won't be for you. And then if you don't have any home charging, supercharging will be pretty much just as expensive, if not more expensive, than gas. And especially, not even speaking the battery degradation that will happen with the supercharging. I do not recommend an EV for you. So would I recommend a Tesla to a random stranger? Yeah, I mean, usually yes, I would. If you don't have home charging and you just supercharge, it's just not worth it. It's very not worth it. I would not recommend an EV if you can't charge at home, or it's a very inconvenience for you to charge somewhere else, like a public charger or something like that. It's just, EVs aren't for you. But just for a person that can charge at home and likes a fun car to drive with a whole bunch of technology in it, yes, a Tesla EV, I would recommend it to you. So if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel a lot. I have videos on Tesla's full self-driving versus Autopilot, the comparison. So if you want to watch that, it'll be right here. And we also have 5 features you didn't know right over here. So thank you for watching, and have a great day. Oh, that hurt.